Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Michelle, and I will be instructing you on the mobile app and how to set up pricing. I'm going to wait a few more minutes to see if anybody else is going to join us. And as usual, if you can see my screen and hear my voice, raise your hand, please. Okay, so we are going to begin, and I'm going to show you how to actually set up the mobile app and to also set up your pricing. You have to be in the admin user, and you have to be in the 19 version of TaxWise Online. If you have admin privileges, that's fine. You can also do it in your admin privilege user. Just make sure that you do have those privileges. So once you log into the software and you come over here to the top right, whether it be like mine says Jax or your name or the where it is at location, come over here, select it, and go to your settings. And then we're going to choose co-brand mobile app. And you'll notice that it's a whole lot different than what we originally started out with my first webinar. This is where it has the 3 separate tabs: Service Bureau, Logos, and Prep Fees. And you notice that my site name that's right here, it has my link that's right there that I can easily click on, and it takes me to the mobile app that I created. So it makes it a whole lot easier for you to be able to copy and paste it, especially if you're going to put it on your website or on your Facebook group or send it out via email. So in order to set it up, we're going to go through here, and as you can see, my firm name is Community Income Tax. My ERO name is my name, Michelle Clements. My EFIN, I put my address in here, phone number to be shown in the mobile app, contact info. This is very important. This is what they're going to see if they need to contact you and be able to call you from the mobile app. They're going to be able to click on that phone number. So make sure that it's an easy, accessible number that gets answered often, just in case they do call and want to verify or let you know, hey, I forgot a W-2 and so forth. Next is the email address. Same thing with the email address as with the telephone number. Make sure that you have access to it at all times, because this will have every email that comes into the system will go to that email. Now, mobile app name, I've got it listed as community income tax. This is what it looks like right here. This is where the mobile app name is right at. So that way your customers, when they come in there, they will see it. The mobile app shortcut name will be CIT. So if they are looking at it via like a mobile device, like a smartphone or a tablet, it gives them the capability of being able to add it to the home screen, and it will put a cute little icon and it will label it as CIT. So like if you were to go to my CIT demo.taxwisemobile.com, it would ask if you want to add it to the home screen, and then your little icon that you'll see is it's a cute little icon. It just says TaxWise Mobile. That way they can select it and go from there. Now, the site name is basically what's going to be before the dot, taxwisemobile.com, and if you get an error, it's probably already taken. So go ahead and, like, I've got CIT demo on our main account. It's just CIT, something easy for everyone to remember, unless you're going to add it like to the website or advertise it via email, Facebook, or a group like that. Weird, you guys are supposed to be able to see my screen. You guys can see it now? Okay, let's start over. So when you first log in, go over to your drop down, go to your settings, and then go to co-brand mobile app. It's not going to be a pop-up anymore. It's going to actually take you to where you see 3 tabs. And this is where you're going to enter your information as far as the company goes. Firm name, ERO name, EFIN, address. Like I said, important for the phone number and email address that you have access to it, so that way you're able to respond to the customers in case they have a question or need the phone answered. So mobile app name, community income tax, will come over here and you will see the community income tax right here. The CIT mobile app shortcut is what will happen when they add it to their home screen. Your site name is what's going to happen before the taxwisemobile.com. And you notice, like I said, that this is a little hyperlink so that you can click it. It takes you to it. You can also copy it to put it wherever you need to go, as far as email, your Facebook group, your Facebook page, or even your actual website. So very important. It will alert you to let you know if it's already been taken. So go ahead and choose something different other than that. Another important thing, if you need to change it at any given time, because I've had a few requests, it is a process and it may take a couple days for us to be able to get on the back end to delete that site name, so that way you can get in there and redo the site name. So you will have to contact us if that is the case, so we can submit the request to get it taken out, and then you go back in there. So we're going to go over the logo tab, and you notice that I've got my 2 little logos. My existing logo right here, it'll show up like it does right here. And then my mobile app logo, when they go to look at it, will have my little thing. So if you don't already have a logo, I'm sure you can probably find some software to actually create yourself a logo or have one done, especially if you have like a college nearby. Look into it to see if there's like any IT people that do websites, and they might not charge you as much to create you a label. So once you're done with this, we're going to go over here to the prep fees. This is the amount that you're going to actually be putting in here, so that way they can actually see what you're going to charge them. So keep in mind, they're getting in here to do the basic 1040, so you may want to adjust your prices. If not, then you can just keep it the same and just put the amount in here as far as like paid for tax preparation services, transmission fee paid to the transmitter, document prep fees, refund transfer processing fees, service bureau fees, other fee tax, and other fee amounts. So this is where you're going to add all these fees, and then let me bring up the other video and I can show you what it looks like on their aspect of it. Today I'm going to show you the benefit. So let me get to where the pricing is. So on their end, this is what they're going to see. deductions and fees. So this will come all out. And of course, I get asked this a lot, like if it gets a little bit more complicated, then you may want to set your fees a little bit higher so that way you can say, oh, well, this was not as complicated as I thought, and you're getting a discount so that you can reflect it on there, say, hey, you saved yourself $20 by doing this on your own. So it's totally up to you on what you want to do as far as your pricing goes for the mobile app. You'll just need to go over here to the prep fee tab and then enter all of this information so that way they can see it on their end. And then once everything is said and done, when you update the mobile site, it will tell you that it was successful. And like I said, if you need to change the app name where the URL is at, the site name, you're going to have to call us to let us know so we can submit that request. And it's going to take a couple days for them to be able to go in here and pull it out of the system. And like I said, if you try to put something in there and it doesn't allow you to do it, then more than likely it's already been taken by somebody else. So, does anybody have any questions? Yes. Question was, do we have to do the pricing at all on this app? If you're not going to use the app and you leave all this blank, then no, don't worry about it. But you want to make sure that you have something in here for your prep fees, because once they get to this screen and you don't have anything right here, they're going to think it's free. Yes. Question was, can they use a bank product with this online app? Yes, they can. So when they come in here to choose what type of product they want, would you be interested in getting your refund in as little as 24 hours? If they say yes, let's get to where they actually ask what type of product it is. Okay, well, you got to go through the consent first. Okay, so this is where they're going to choose. Whatever product that you are eligible for, it will have it displayed here. So if you do not have pre-acts, they're not going to see that. So they can do the refund advance, the pre-acts, the RT Fed only, RT Fed and state, or disbursement as far as like prepaid card, like the NetSpend card or the Walmart Direct to Cash. Does the taxpayer access the app online or through an actual app? No, this is not a part of like the App Store or the Google Store. It's basically the link that you see right here is what they're going to select, and it takes them to your mobile app. So like if you send it out an email, all they're going to do is click it, it'll take them there, and then they can add it to the home screen so that they have the little icon placed on their actual mobile device. Or if it's on the desktop, they just click the link and it takes them here. Can the customer start the return as an online app, but we finish everything in the office? So the way that it works is, yes, they can go in here, do whatever they need to do, but they have to, at the end, submit it. So that way, when you're in the software, and I'll have to go to the 18 version so that I can show you. So tax return tab, this is, well, I don't have it in here, but you're going to have a little button that says import interviews. Once you select it, you can select all the returns to import it, and then you can take it from there. So they're basically just creating the basic 1040, and you're going in there to review it. So that way, once you pull it into the system and you notice all of the attached documents, like the copy of their driver's license and stuff like that, and especially since you're able to communicate via the app, via phone, text, or email, and you notice that they're a new customer and you really want to do your due diligence, especially when you want to send them a text back or an email or a phone call saying, hey, I need you to get back into the app to upload copies of your children's birth certificates or student records or something to that effect, so that way you have that all at hand, especially if they're new customers. And this is a great way for you to be able to advertise it, especially if you are a part of like a Facebook group. And I know that I am, because I love yard sales, especially during the summertime. They advertise a bunch of other services, and you can advertise your service, especially when it comes to like the beginning of January. Or if you have your own Facebook page, you can advertise it. If you have your own website, you can attach it to it, so that way they can know that they can actually do their own simple 1040 on their own. And I've also suggested, like, build a relationship with car dealerships in your area. And if you've got one of those cheap tablets, you can go ahead and get it set up over there and place the little icon so that people can get in there to do the tax return. You pull it in, you review it, you send it back to them for them to be able to sign, and then you print the check in your office and you stop by the auto dealership to hand them the check, so that way they can get settled up. Yes, you are basically importing the return. All you're doing is, if it is a finished return, reviewing it, sending it back to them for the e-signature. Once you've decided on the payment, especially if they did not choose a bank product and then want to pay you out of pocket, I would suggest you either doing, like, getting something like PayPal or Cash App or things like that, so that way you can get paid before you submit that return. Yes, if you do have the capability of doing pre-acts in the system, they can select it so that if you are signed up with it, it will actually say pre-act and they can check it off. State return as well, because they'll be able to do the refund RT state and federal. You're very welcome. When they act, good question. How do they know what each bank product is? If you notice that I have the refund advance selected, it has a brief description when they select it so they know which one that they're wanting to go with. Let's see. Might be afterwards. Okay. So this is like the sample pricing that was in my little mobile app that I did, my demo. Good question. If they select the pre-act, will they have an option of how much they want? I don't think it's actually going to be that way this year. I know that you had the option this past season to choose whatever they wanted as far as that goes, but I think they're going to be doing it a little bit differently. Once you select the pre-act, then it may give them the brief description that they may qualify for up to $6,000. Once it goes to underwriting, then that's when they get the approval and the amount that they were actually qualified for. Correct. Regardless of what the fees say right here, our $15 fee will come out of your prep fees if it's done as a bank product. So like this amount paid for tax preparation services, $150, the bank is going to withhold $15 from that. And if it's not done as a bank product, then we charge whatever method that you have on the account, whether it's an ACH credit card or debit card, the following day for that $15. Since some of you may have been late here, in order to get to this right here, you're going to have to come over here to the top right and then choose settings and then choose co-brand mobile app. So you're going to fill all of this information out. The mobile app name where it says community income tax is what shows up on the top right. CIT is the mobile short name if they're on a mobile device like a tablet or a phone. The site name is basically what goes before the .taxwise.mobile, because you can now see that the link is underneath it. You can click it, you can copy it, send it all out. Your logos can go on to the second tab, and if you don't already have logos, I would suggest that you look into getting some done so that way it shows up on the mobile app and it's customized. Your prep fees is what you're going to actually choose, and this is where it's going to look at the customer when they go to finalize. They're going to know what the pricing that you're going to be charging them. Good question. Let's see if it actually asked them, because I don't recall when I was doing this return in here that it asked me for a PIN. Nope, I need it bigger. Because I think it only asks them for the PIN if they do the bank application, because it will look for the taxpayer PIN at the bottom for them to be able to put it in there. So let's make sure. Okay, so no, it doesn't actually ask for a PIN, so more than likely you can still do what you've been doing. As far as I know, that whatever setup you had as the previous year, if they're returning clients, I know that one person said that they like to use the last 4 digits of their social and put a 1 in front of it, so it's easier for them to remember. So yeah, it should let you do that as well. Most offices do not charge a service bureau fee. That's like if you go to somebody that also resells the software, they might charge an additional fee for you to be able to utilize them, and that's just their cut of it. Yeah, unfortunately, it's a one tab where you enter all of the fees and you can't have multiple ones. But like I said, if you want to put higher pricing that you normally would, once you get into the return and decide that it's uh, warrant for a discount, then you can go onto the pricing list and actually put a discount on there. You can actually email it back to the customer and say, hey, congratulations, you qualify for 10% off of the pricing, blah, blah, blah. Transmitter fee is a fee that's usually charged to actually transmit the return to the IRS. But we don't have that. So ours is just a $15 fee. We don't actually have any kind of these junk fees as far as like service bureau fees and stuff like that. Identity theft pin. Let me see. It does not allow them to enter the identity theft pin if they were assigned it. But if they know that they were assigned it and they receive something in the mail from the IRS, because they do every single year, then they can take a picture of it and upload it with the document. So that way, when you're reviewing the documents, you notice that there's an IP pin. Yeah, you cannot charge a refund transfer fee because usually Republic is the one that charges the refund transfer fee for the $39.95, but they don't have any kind of pricing. We just share the $15 fee with them. Also, keep in mind that when you get these prep fees pulled into the return, then it's not going to overwrite what you're seeing on the price list, especially, let me go to a tax return and I'll show you. This is the pricing as far as the transmission technology fee, service bureau fee goes, and you can't enter anything in here. So it's not going to pull anything in. Correct. You can only charge tax preparation fees because, like I said, we don't charge any kind of junk fee. So if you want to like incorporate other fees, it's going to be a part of your prep fees. Will the total of what I entered into the app transfer to my price list total? Correct. It will. So if you've got it set up to actually be $200 that you charge for your tax preparation fees, it'll pull it to the price list. Yes, it will override the price list because you're actually bringing in the interview. So when you bring in that interview, you're going to bring in the pricing for that interview. Yeah, at any given time when you pull in the return, you have the capability of changing it. So if you need to change the pricing, then go ahead and change it. Just reach out to the customer saying, hey, this was a little bit more complicated than what you entered, so there's going to be an additional cost to it. I totally agree with you on that one. I do think the pricing is misleading. That way, you should be able to get in there and set it up a little bit different, especially if it turns out that it might be a little bit more or it might be a little bit less, just depending on what type of return it is. But I will ask our contact over at TaxWise if you can put, I wonder. So no, you can't put it as far as like 100 to 250. Yes, I will ask if they're going to actually put a disclaimer in here as far as pricing may change due to what type of return it is. Yes, that's I'm hoping that you don't have to do anything other than review the return, get it signed, and then get it e-filed, so that way um, it's already done practically. No, because even good question. Clients won't be able to submit the return, right? What they're doing when they submit the return, it creates an interview in your tax software that you have to import the return from. It's it's you that goes in there to review the return, send it back to them to sign it, and then once you get it signed, then you can e-file it. Good question. Can I create a page for them to sign affirming all the info they gave me is accurate and have it e-signed, or will they have to come in to sign that? If you've got a document like that, you're going to be able to email back and forth through the mobile app, and then of course inside the actual tax return, and you can attach it as a copy and then have them just print it out and sign it, or if they know how to actually open it up in PDF format and sign it from there and then save it, then they can send it back to you with their signature on it. Will any prior year information pre-populate if a current client logs into the app? Not this season, but it is on the roadmap for it to be incorporated in the future. So that way, rather than creating a new return, it can pull in information from previous returns. That I haven't really tested as far as if the client never completes the mobile app process and the phone freezes up, will everything remain the same or they have to input all the information over? I never really tested that as to whether or not, like when I was filling out information, if I just exited the whole app, if it would save it or not. But I know when they go through the interview mode as far as um, figuring out how much of a possible refund that they have, and they create the account, the information that they entered in that interview mode will stay put. Oh, that's okay, Edward. I'm sure that you guys probably, well, he wants to know, did anybody get a letter saying that you guys need to make sure to do your due diligence because of a possible tax return from the previous year was questioned? Like I said, with the mobile app, you want to make sure that you're in due diligence, especially when it comes to it being a new customer. And it's very important that you want to reach back out to the customer either via the email, the text message, or a phone call to let them know that they need to go back into the app to upload like your copies of social security cards, birth certificates, IDs, school records, medical records, whatever that you take as far as due diligence goes. I wonder. You might be able to. Good thinking. So if it lets you save it, that's awesome, especially if it says other fee text, and that is it, other fee text. So yes, you can actually put pricing subject to change. Thank you, Cassandra. E-signature will be the same as it was in 2018, as long as, well, it's logged out. Let me log back in and show you. So whether it be inside the tax return or outside the tax return, as long as you've got the permission and you go to request signatures, and let me find something that's actually finished. So whether it be inside or outside, as long as it's fully filled out and it doesn't tell you that there's an error, like the last name or the email address is missing, is once you choose remote or on preparer's device, like remote will require that you have an email address, as well as on preparer's device, as long as you get it set up, then you can go ahead and submit it. They'll get the email for them to actually follow the link for them to verify who they are and for them to be able to sign it. Yes, this year it is. Bank page will be signed with e-signature, so that way you don't have to print it out and have them sign it and upload it back in. So no need for that. Yes, so this season, when you do the e-signatures or request the signatures, the federal return will be signed and the bank forms will be signed. Unfortunately, there's not. A good suggestion, though, that yes, it is different from this past tax season. If you'll notice, like in the 2018 version, the refund monitor looks like this. It may change to reflect something like that, but I know that they've incorporated for you to be able to see the state refund as well. So when you're looking at the federal refund, then since I really don't have everything filled out and all the forms are not have been released, it'll say like the federal refund amount and the state refund amount. So that way you don't have to hit more information to get what you need. Most definitely, color scheme is very hard to see. question. Everyone wants to know what happened to the CIT support site, especially if you go over here to my.joincit.support. It's going to redirect you to the portal. And it's very, let me show you what it actually looks like if you guys haven't already been in here. This is your new support site from us. That way you have everything at your fingertips. So like you come in here, you see your name, your CID, your EFIN, transmission type, registration code for 3 years. You can actually do your bank app in here. You can need help, request help, put a ticket. We get an automatic instant notification saying, hey, that you need help. You can chat from in here. You can also come over here and view most of the webinar videos and other training videos that I've got on our YouTube channel. Your introduction for identity theft, tax-wise, to download the desktop version, as far as adding a credit card to your account. It's very helpful. And there is a forum in here. So if you guys are a part of our Facebook group, I know that Omar actually put in for you guys to come in here to the forum and start using this and putting in like community income tax topics. Go ahead and start a topic. You can talk with the other tax preparers that we have underneath us, and it's a great resource for it. If you guys are having trouble with logging into the portal, let us know so that way we make sure that you have access to it and that you're able to log into it. Okay, Edward, I did a reset password on your account. You should be receiving an email and just use the gibberish password it sent you to get re-logged in. TextAllant is a good question. What it is what is it? Because I'm sure you can tell when you're coming in here, you can actually see the tab here that is TextAllant. It's a text messaging services that you can provide your clients with, being able to text back and forth, set up appointments, send out birthday reminders, follow up with people who had mobile devices, and do your non-returning clients and send them a message saying, hey, we missed you, come in, get a discount or something to that effect. I'm actually working with a rep over there, but he's actually on vacation, and I'm trying to get one of the other reps so that way we can do a personalized webinar for you guys, so that way you can find out more information and what type of pricing structure we can get through them, since we're a lot of people. Yes, so you do get a discount for other pricing as far as other products go. And let's make sure that we have it listed in here. Because if it's not listed in here, I will have to get Omar to upload it in here, because there is a weird. Yeah, so I will have to get them to put it in there. So that way you guys actually know. So if you select a Republic, then you can actually select one of these, like authorization, reset form, cancel, reissue check, all that kind of good stuff. And of course, see the video that I did with Republic, or how to renew your PTIN, all that. Yeah. Let's make sure that there's not anything else in here that you guys need to be aware of. Yeah, so I will definitely need to get Omar to add that, so that way, in case you guys do want to sign up for an additional product, then we can go ahead and get that set up. Because normally, if it's like a W-2 1099 package or anything else like that, we normally get 50% off of what they offer to regular customers. Now, if you guys had moved over to the online version and you're having second thoughts of actually having the online version, let me tell you that it's going to be better for you to stay in the online version, because desktop doesn't give you all these functionalities like with the online version. Online, you get your e-signatures, you get the capability of being able to send emails from the return. You also get the capability of being able to use the OCR technology. If you scan in your W-2s, review the data, and you can bring it into the return without having to pay an additional cost for the document management system. You also get your document management system, you get your mobile app, you get the versatility of being able to log in anywhere as long as you have internet, and you can log in via phone, via mobile tablet, via the Surface, via a laptop, via a computer. You get so many more features, and you don't always have to worry about it erroring out in the desktop version, because I don't know how many times I've had to remote in to fix database issues for just the desktop version. If you cannot log into the support site, the new support site, email support.joincit.com, or just me, Michelle, at joincit.com, and I will look into exactly why you can't, and if need be, I'll reset the password, and you'll get the email confirmation to go ahead and get back in there with the new password. Oh, so you are right. So if you go over to TaxWise and you go to product order forms, click the following link to additional products, and this is what we have to offer, and you can just select which one you do want. Just enter all your information, select it, and then submit it, and we'll get a notification. And they will charge whatever method that you have on the account, as far as an ACH credit card or debit card, so make sure that it is current and up to date. Yes, so just to recap, the mobile app customers will have to submit all of the information, but if they choose to come in the office and not use the mobile app, then you can bring over their information from the previous season and hit the ground running from there. TextAllant is basically for anybody that has a mobile phone, so that way you can send them text messages back and forth. So this is basically text your prior clients to invite back, empower clients to book appointments on their own, ask current clients referrals, make special offers to non-returning clients, send birthday greetings to primary and spouses, send holiday greetings and special information, text pictures anytime during the year. It's, if you're familiar with it, it's just like the what is it called? Versacom, if you guys are familiar with Versacom. But I think this is a little bit more advanced than Versacom, since it's been integrated into the software. Yes, it's good for constant contact, so you don't let anybody slip through the cracks, and especially if you want to reach out to your non-returning clients. And with texting, I'm likely to answer a text versus an email because I'm not always checking my emails, more I'm always checking my text messages. So the thing with TextAllant is I am actually in contact one of the people over there to see if we can actually set up a personalized webinar for our customers and to see if we can get special pricing since we're a lot of customers. No, mobile app is only for TaxWise Online. It will never be a part of desktop. And as far as desktop goes, like if you want access to, I know that you can get the e-signatures through there, then that's fine. But it's an additional cost for you to be able to do like the document management, the OCR technology to bring in the W-2s. You don't really get the capability of being able to email customers within the tax return or anything like that. Most everything with the desktop is an additional charge. Yeah, and if you guys need to make sure to update your card, if you are in your, where did it go? Oh, I had to hit the back button. If you're in your portal and you go to TaxWise, you can go to adding a credit card and it will take you to where you need to go to make sure that that's up to date and current. So the pricing that they have as far as the product orders, and you'll notice that if well, they changed their website. So let's see, iFirm 450, 499, 799 as far as like the client portal practice manager and the iFirm suite is 799. With us, it's 350. If you want the iFirm suite annual practice manager and portal, it's 550. So, instead of the 799 pricing. So yes, we do get a good discount on it. So does anybody else have any questions? Depending on what you use the iFirm for, and I can't remember what exactly iFirm does. I think it's just a practice manager. If if you don't utilize it that much, then yeah, you shouldn't have to spend money on it. Yes, this is a great opportunity for you to be able to advertise the mobile app and bring in business as far as those customers who just go like to TurboTax or customers who have actually moved out of state. At least they can go ahead and get everything entered in here, upload all the documents rather than snail mailing them. And of course, like if you reach out to people in the community as far as college or car dealerships, pawn shops, furniture shops, you can set up a kiosk so that people can actually get in there and utilize it. It's a great way to make more money. So I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes. And what did you say? Yeah, so definitely. If you're using iFirm to get client info and to share documents, you can basically do that with the TaxWise Online since you can email in the return. So no need to have an additional cost. But like I said, I'm going to stick around for a few minutes just in case anybody has any questions or would like to see something, just let me know. As far as like just printing the actual form itself, like if you're in here and you choose this little icon that's right here for the printer, then you can basically, if it's listed here for the 1040X, just select it and it will only print the 1040X. All of my demos and training that I've done are on the YouTube app, and I think it may also be in here somewhere. Like if you're logged in, when you first initially log into your portal, you can go to the CIT YouTube channel, or just go to YouTube and type in community income tax. And all of the videos that I've done are right here. And there's that video of the mobile app that you can see it from the customer's perspective. If you go to support.joincit.com, it should take you to the landing page for the portal for you to be able to log in. Did you get an email from us with your login credentials for the portal? It doesn't look like you can actually print multiple pages at the same time. But let's try 2019 version. Well, of course I can't do 2019 version because it doesn't have the capability of printing because the forms are not current and up to date. So I'll have to test that once I get that capability. So let's take a look and see if we can find it in the help menu. Yeah, so it only lets you print one form at a time. Unless, of course, you create a print set, a custom print set. So that way when you are doing the 1040X, then you have that capability of just printing out the 1040X. Yeah, so if you're in the middle of that season of doing 1040Xs, then create a print set. So that way you can label it and save and close this. Come over here to settings, come over here to general settings, go to print sets and create custom print set. Label it as 1040X and just put in whatever forms as far as the 1040X goes. And let's see if it'll actually do what we need it to do. And I'm just gonna hit done. And now I have a custom print set. So do it that way. So that way, if you know there's certain times of the season where you do certain things like 1040Xs, create a print set for it. So when you go into a tax return, oops, save it. And if you have the capability of doing the print, it'll give you that as an option to print the 1040X package. No. So once you get the capability of being able to print it like you do in the 2018 version, and you come over here to print return, it's going to have the selection rather than this of what print set you want to print. So you can go ahead and select the 1040X and print out what you want the forms from. And Lisa, I'll reset your password as far as your portal goes. Yes, it's a totally different. That way you can customize your print sets. If you have certain ones that you want to be able to print, you can create that print set and then just check it off when you go to do the printing. Okay, Lisa, I reset your password, so you should be receiving an email shortly. You're very welcome. So if you guys have any more questions, just give us a call, email us, or come into chat and let us know, and we'll be more than happy to answer them for you. So I hope everybody has a very wonderful day.